beautiful Cancerian energies. Welcome to my Tarot Nook. Thank you so much for stopping in. I hope all is well and good with you. So this will be a tarot only reading, meaning I'll open up with tarot, I'll close with tarot. It's just a tarot reading. And we are going to see what's going on with you in your love life and your relationship with the person that you are thinking about. So this is centered around your energy, your person, your feelings, your thoughts, your desires, and we'll also check in with them based on how you're feeling towards them. And we'll also pull some advice and messages for healing or growth, whether to reconcile, fix, consider, reconsider, walk away, run, do not contact, whatever it is. Speaking of contact, this is not about people that you have ghosted or have ghosted you, even though that could come up. This is not about that. And the reason I'm saying that is I am doing the next reading for y'all is going to be about no contact and ghosting. So I'll center questions on those energies at that time. And I will not delve into it. If it shows up here, I'll just mention it for some. And then we'll just kind of move along with this reading. If you enjoy this style of reading, I think this is the first time I'm doing it on this channel. Let me know, or just tap the like button. It helps me understand what it is you guys enjoy and don't enjoy, because not every single message is going to resonate, as you know. And if you enjoy tarot, or if you absolutely like checking out YouTube channels, give the channel a sub if you are new. All right, and check the playlist out for past uploads and updates. Alrighty, that's my Walmart order saying I'm on my way. So let me go ahead and buzz them in, and I'll be right back. All right. All right, so excited. I actually am going to be making like peanut butter, crunchy peanut butter, I don't know, balls, I guess, dipped in like chocolate. I'm going to do like the milk chocolate, and then I'm going to do white chocolate, and then I'm going to color the white chocolate with red and then also green. So I'm gonna have like 4 different variants. I don't usually do these things, y'all, Cancer. So anyways, and of course, while I was gone, everything, my cat had to jump up, gave me an opportunity to straighten everything out though. And yeah, let's get started. So this is a first, Cancer. And so I do hope you're here because of the title, because it is packed with karmic insights. Your reading strongly has powerful karmic insights all over it. And so there's a lot of things I usually look for in readings, depending on the style or what I'm doing reading for. But I always want to make sure emotions, I check into emotions and feelings, because sometimes we have hidden or fear or unknown emotions and stuff like that on any side. And the other thing I usually try to, pull out is karmic insight, knowledge, or whatever. And then you do with that information whatever you want. Okay, so yeah, if you are again new to the channel, welcome y'all. So let's get started, and let's start with this 8 of Cups. It's showing up in the reverse. It's a Pisces energy here, so I feel like somebody's tugging at your emotions strongly, or you both could be in an emotional tug of war between one another, because this is about the both of you. And it does feel like, you've thought about walking away from this, okay, but something keeps pulling you back. Something about this person pulls you back. And again, remember, this is reading about you and how you're feeling and everything. So, you could be kind of like, perhaps dealing with past karmic feelings of being left behind, being abandoned, being neglected, or always being the person that shows up, does everything, and you see the positive and the good in people way more than you should. Like, you give them too much credit, versus crediting yourself and guarding yourself and your emotions. I feel like, the message here for you is to kind of revisit, karmically, your past emotional decisions here, okay, because you don't want to repeat them, you want to learn from them. And in the reverse, feels like you're a little stuck. All right, also like part of this process here, your lesson, what you're going through right now repeatedly, which is kind of like, why, I don't know, why do I keep getting pulled back in? And it's also because there's a lesson that's not being learned, okay, like not just learning from the past, but like there's a specific thing that truly I feel like the universe is trying to draw your attention to and focus on, okay. because you know, it's about also healing your soul, but also allowing your soul to grow and nourishing your soul. Okay, your soul can't be just sitting here dwelling and hanging on. Okay, and if someone's gonna walk away, or if they're like leaving or whatever, okay, it's you know, revisit what you're from your past. Okay, so that way you're not like allowing, you know, you could come back to somebody a million times, but your feelings can't be feeling okay every single time. That's basically not healing or growing your feelings. You're kind of allowing those feelings to stay, especially in terms of how this person makes you feel. Okay, like in that context. All right. So, something here that's kind of like unspoken right now about your love situation. Maybe you're not wanting to say it out loud, admit it, or see it for what it is, because again, you're seeing things through like perhaps rose-colored lenses, which is fine. But we all have our issues, we all have our problems, but I feel like you might be dealing with somebody that's ultra kind of like, no, not a nice person. Okay, so, this is somebody that makes you like, you know, first of all, it's the world, and we need to focus on that fact, because the world is bringing about some type of an ending here, but it just feel like there's a completion of a cycle, where, you know, you're like reaching an understanding even though it's not spoken. Okay, so it's kind of like, either you're reaching an understanding of accepting the emotional exhaustion, or you're reaching an understanding of realizing, listen, I don't need this for myself, I really need to break free, I'm feeling trapped, I'll come to this, but you know, it's showing up, and my freedom is important to me here. All right, but it's like there's a tug of war with that emotion and that like kind of mental like click. Okay, like not acceptance because you're like resisting, but it's like it needs to form. Okay, it has to literally kind of come to a formed, like, I don't know, a plan, a formed lane, a formed thought, and then grow from there. Okay, because it feels like there's an attachment here with this person. Tough to let them go. Okay, but I do feel like some of you, there's a sense of unfinished business, even though something is ending or may have completed its cycle or is about to. And you know, something is kind of like holding you back from like, you know, truly feeling that freedom. It's like wild, because it's like you're not like attached in a bad way, but there's attachments because of a lifestyle you've had with this person. Okay, also this is a the world is a Capricorn energy, but it's Saturn in Capricorn, and this is a Capricorn energy and it's Saturn card. So there's a lot of attachments that are in the negative sense in your lifestyles, how you do things, attachment to your patterns and behaviors with this person. And it just making it's making feel it's making things feel like the responsibilities are not being met. Okay, and the responsibilities are heavy and big, but there's a lot of restrictions, mental restrictions, freedom, emotional, emotional. So I like to use the word restrictions because Saturn, I don't want to use the word abuse. So because it's not about, again, it's not about the deepness of this, it's more about the, you know, highlighting it, identifying it, and just be like, hey, time to like have a plan for myself or something like that. Okay, you know, karmically, again, like this is so much karmic insight in this reading, I can't like miss it. Okay, so it feels like there's you know, like there's a closure here. Okay, there's a cycle, and I feel like you understand what that karmic closure is, like that cycle. All right, so it's about letting go while, you know, you're still honoring like what you've learned in those experiences. All right, but it's like letting go or moving on is also not like in the best of place for right now for you. Okay, so and it could be for many reasons, could be any reason. This is somebody that's done this before, they're, you know, that you love them, you could be married, I don't know your attachment, your love, I respect and value your journey, but it just feels like whatever it is that you are like accepting as an ending, you're in your mind, you might be hopeful that there's a reset or a restart, but we need to take this time to like revisit our past emotional trappings, the things that have trapped us emotionally, and just see if this is what are we allowing it, and do we want to continue to allow it. Okay, because the devil is not showing up nicely either. I mean, how your heart's really feeling right now, I do feel like deep down, Cancer, you want that freedom, you really do, you're craving it, you're desiring it, okay, but something is again making you feel a little trapped in this relationship. All right, you're wanting to, exactly, you're wanting to let go of these patterns. It's showing up again, the patterns. You know, you're wanting to let go of these patterns. You're wanting to do these things, okay, but something again is holding you back, okay. So you could be dependent on this person. You could both have, you know, addictive behaviors that, you know, like a cycle. Like it could just even be like OCD type of patterns. Like it doesn't have to be too much, but it can be. It can be extreme. I just try not to. Again, this is not about like the triggering aspect of things. This is more about the awareness of things. So whatever it is, it just goes really hard. It goes really deep in the sense that, you know, it's like it's hard to come out of, and kind of it just feels like, you know, you both need each other around, like some, you know, you can't let each other go for something. And you know, we can replace addictions for other things. If it's health, that's fine, but this is the devil card, so we're talking about a pattern, an addiction of some sort, or a pattern of some sort that is very repetitive, constant, okay. So I feel like, you know, you're kind of a little struggle for you in this relationship is balancing comfort with, like, you know, feeling like liberated, okay. So you're you know, I don't feel like you feel absolutely comforted right now, okay, but you know, you're like, but this is a little freeing, and it's just like something here is allowing you to have take a deep breath and breathe out, but the other thing is literally kind of holding you back, okay. So there's just that there. I do feel like, you know, you can be like in a loop where you visit a lot of, or visit where you kind of like I don't know, get yourself in like a pattern of loop, all right, with relationships. All right, you might, for example, constantly be going for the same thing and be like, hey, why am I always going to, and we don't like realize, like, truly, and this is conversations I have sometimes with people, you know, it's like, oh, I'm always doing, you know, me, but hey, wait a minute, yeah, that's true, we're always looking for this person or that person, but this type and this type that we're looking for, and we always happen to find, because we're looking for it, because we're, you know, we think that's what we want, but they always bring us pain. So why am I paying? Okay, well, now these are lessons. Do you still want this type of person, and how do you navigate the pain and everything around that? And so it just kind of keeps coming up to me that that's what we need to wake up to with this devil card for you, okay. So the Two of Wands, by the way, I don't think I mentioned, but the top is you, center is the person you are thinking about, and then forward, we're looking ahead. I think I mentioned that part, okay. So the Two of Wands, let's see here. This is an Aries energy. You know, my question for this is, what should you know about this person that, you know, you're like kind of not looking at or thinking about as much as you should, okay. And I feel like this person, this energy is at a crossroads themselves. They're like uncertain, they're looking ahead, okay, they're planning like their next move here, whether it's to walk alone and travel the world, so to speak, or move away, or face their emotions and you know, come towards you and offer you what needs to be offered and do it right, okay. But it's a crossroads because we're dealing with some type of a twin flame. So here we also have a twin flame, and an ending of a twin flame. So there could be literally, there's like that essence, which I personally understand, when we can't explain why we go back, why we can't explain why we left someone, anybody, but in this relationship situation, and so it kind of and then we, you know, and it takes a really big deal or a really big thing or like a huge something to be said or done, and then we wake up and we're like, oh my god, I have not been paying attention. So this is somebody I feel like that, no, you know, like it's not like in a bad way, but this is somebody that does not pay attention. All right, they don't have a problem with drawing, moving, leaving, and all that, but you know, to you it's like, okay, well, do I really want to again live in that pattern? Is this fair to me? Okay. So yeah, I mean, the lesson here, I feel, not that you have to have a lesson in everything, but there's so many karmic cards showing up. Like I feel like that is just kind of allowing things to progress as they are, okay, and letting go of things. Like if something is, you know, it's past the here and now, it's past the immediate desire. So if something is like short term, okay, maybe it's about looking for things that are long term for your soul growth, because we're talking about that soul growth here too, remember? All right, so I mean, yeah, you're it feels like you're also in a place where we're moving away from like an emotional trap of some sort, where we're waking up to it, we're realizing it, or we're actually paying attention to it, or we're about to recognize it. And we're like, I don't want to be emotionally trapped. And by the way, Cancer, get ready, because if you really kind of really want to make a shift in how you approach, change your pattern, or, your this cycle, like because of the world and a few other things, you're gonna be like, oh my God, who is this new person? Like, who am I? Right? But it's gonna be so easy because it was always there. We just didn't tap into that door. Okay, so open the door if you have to or need to. We're not telling you what you do though. So with the Three of Cups, or I'm sorry, Three of Wands, this is an Aries energy again. So we go from 2 to 3, but this is their intentions right now. What are their intentions towards you? How are they really kind of wanting to approach everything? I feel like this is somebody that still, again, they're at a crossroads, and it's like a waiting game. On the one hand, they can move away, move on, and go about their thing, about their life. On the other hand, they feel like there's been a lot of work done between the both of you. So this is somebody that wants something. They want unity. Okay, it feels like they want to have like something that's hopeful. All right. But they're also wanting it to be like the perfect time or opportunity. So it's almost like if they want to act or do something when it comes to, you know, um, how they're feeling or their passion towards the relationship, or what they want to work on in the relationship, or what they want to act on. They're just waiting to see how things unfold, okay, before they make any big move. All right. And that also includes moving, leaving, packing out, I don't know, breaking up, I don't know, it could be anything. There isn't a full finality with their intentions with you just yet. It's still, you're definitely still, again, stuck in each other's energy. All right. So what are their true feelings for you? Okay, overall, this is a Gemini, Libra energy. So also sometimes I feel like there's a sense of Taurus, because this card can come across very, very strong. And I feel like, they want to keep this very logical. They want to keep something here. They would like to at least keep things very kind of emotionally less and more logical. But I feel like maybe they realize that your emotions can get the best of you, and they're actually being considerate, but they're still wanting to firm up on something. They want to still make a decision about something. They still have not decided, but there's something that needs to be decided on. And so there's something here that's in limbo. Okay. They may be feeling that, they may be, trying to tell you actually that it's not like they don't care, but it's like something could be restricting them. So they could also be feeling a sense of trapping, which is kind of why I feel like the karmic stuff is coming up, because you both are really twin flaming it up so wildly that it's actually kind of, you guys are like, the good thing here is you guys, it does, while things feel like shook or whatever, the good thing is I think you guys push communications towards one another in any form. I don't see a lot of anger, like bad stuff, and I don't know, things can sometimes get out of control. It's not about that. All I'm saying is there's a balance here. When you come in strongly emotional, they come through logic. And when they come through, I guess, emotional for whatever reason, it's like your logic is there. But I feel like for them, they think more of you as the emotional, the person whose emotions need to be. And again, it could be because of your karmic past or your past relationships. Okay. So you're just kind of could be just exhausted. Okay. So this is an energy that you really just care about. And there's just a lot of emotional investment in getting things done right. But I feel like, stop pleasing people, and more about pleasing or making yourself happy. Okay, because at the end of the day, people might criticize you, like this person wants to, it can come across as they're criticizing, but they're also saying like, hey, I'm feeling stuck and I need to be very direct about this. I need you to realize what I'm trying to say. All right. So yeah, it's like they're coming from a place where you're also thinking like, why are you so like mean, or like why don't you care, don't you feel? And they're just like, it's not that at all, it's just that I'm feeling this way, and they're really stuck on their like where they are, right? So yeah, so let's see here. Their challenge that they're facing with you right now, spoken or unspoken, is the Knight of Swords. So Gemini energy again. Okay, so yeah, I feel like they have their own anxieties that they're dealing with. They don't have all the answers. They don't have some things sorted out. They could be dealing with problems, life, addictions, financial hardships, something that has them feeling trapped in general as well. All right, but they want things to get better. Okay, like they want the challenges that they're facing with you to get better, to be resolved, okay. So as much as it's in the reverse and they're kind of in their own frazzled state, the resolution, these cards usually talk about problems using logical thinking or not, it depends, but also overcoming problems with solutions, or just having resolving things, that way things don't linger. All right, so the biggest problem though is communicating as much or as clearly, or even like not communicating as much. Okay, maybe because they're trying to kind of keep things like, maybe they're having their like own boundaries or something up. Okay, something is pushing them like in a way where they're having to guard themselves. And I feel like, you know, there could be some type of a hurdle there, like a problem, like a bump along the way where they're not really acting on a whole lot. They may be saying things, but they don't want things to kind of get out of hand every single time. Okay, so I feel like the message here is just about learning to trust, to heal the mind, all right, or heal something. Healing is super necessary in this reading, by the way, because we're not just dealing with emotional pain or struggles or past. We're also dealing with like obsessions, addictions, okay, traumas of some sort, perhaps even depression or mental health, like stress, like actual anxiety stuff. So there's a lot of weight going on. All right, so looking forward here, the Chariot. The Chariot, we have this is in the reverse as well. Cancer, you're showing up as you're in the reverse. Where's room for growth, or where's an opportunity for things to grow? I feel like the message is moving forward again when things are feeling stuck, but I feel like this card is more about mastering your emotions at this time and giving yourself and this person some space. And maybe that they want space, but they're not saying it, they're not asking for it, or they're not they're kind of trying to have you like maybe kind of you know, they're not trying to push things too forceful, but they're really trying to kind of deal with some obstacles here themselves. All right, but it's really important that you find your balance here, okay, and the needs that you need in for your relationship, and the direction you want your relationship to go for yourself. It's so interesting because we're talking about it so much up here, and it's not just about the crossroads for you or this person, but it's about realizing, why am I stuck, why am I being trapped, am I trapping myself, and unstucking that. Okay, you know, honestly, people are like, oh yeah, okay, now what? And we can go for years. Like, I found, man, I'm gonna tell you what, every year I start with something, and then it's so easy to go back to everything I've done the same way for 15,000 years versus changing. And even if I change it for 2 months, I still go back to because things take time to form. Imagine how much time it took to form where you are. So, you know, be easy, be gentle with yourself, but there's some like emotional blockages or obstacles that, you know, for your own happiness and sake in relationships, that, you know, you need to kind of establish boundaries for yourself, like for other people, for you, for your own well-being. Okay, so take the wheel and run it. You have to take the wheel and you have to run your own bus. You have to drive your bus. You have to drive your chariot. It's your chariot. It's not their chariot. They, you know, they can join you in your chariot, but it's your direction. All right, this is too much. You're allowing a lot because of your emotional, compassionate, empath style personality, and you know, it can be too much for other people. And you know what, one day this person will wake up and be like, oh my goodness, wow, Cancer, don't I wish I had that instead of what I have. But it's how we live it. That's why the world is here. We're also dealing with the Judgment card. Okay, in terms of like where things are headed, yeah, so you guys are not making the final call. You're not deciding on what needs to be decided upon, but there's an ending here, and there's an ending that kind of put things in a place where it's time for change. All right, the change has just stopped happening. Okay, so there's a little bit of a limbo here, and it's really, you know, time to reflect on the past before deciding what you want in the future. And here the chair, look, all these, by the way, are in the reverse, which, I mean, I don't know, it's maybe talking about slowing down, taking a minute, not rushing into something, or, you know, whatever, like kind of like let the universe kind of guide you, your intuition, of course, your, you know, source, God, creator, Holy Spirit, whomever it is, whatever your path, you know, like connect with that energy and be like, look, I need some help, you know, and just ask for it. You know, I feel like it's cute because they say the archangels also deliver messages to God all the time. So I feel like there's an archangel Sandalphon who used to be the prophet Elijah. I think, was he a prophet? Anyways, was Elijah on earth and then got pulled up with Enoch and Metatron. They became Metatron and Sandalphon. So Sandalphon, I don't know his official title, but he literally will send the message directly to God. So if there's like angels here and like Michael is doing angel work here, you know, and everything, so Michael has it under control, but you know, there's a lot. Well, hey, you know, you can go to Sandalphon and go up. So my point is, you touch base with whoever it is you need to touch base with. I'm saying all of this with a beautiful freaking cheesy smile on my face, but be good to yourself. All right, you have direction, you just need to take it, and it's in the reverse, right? Because we're feeling stuck and entrapped, we're emotionally entrapped, and if we don't take action and do things and we stall on things, we're just never going to have that direction that we're wanting to have. All right, the Eight of Wands in the reverse is here. Sagittarius, communication card. Okay, so the message is, don't go too fast. Slow down your thoughts. Slow down what you like. Basically, right now, if you're feeling like the message is loud and clear in any direction, even if this is somebody that's honestly emotionally traumatizing you some more and everything, you need to cut it out. Not telling you what to do, but this card is like, think before you act. Think before you act. Think before you act. All right. Communication needs to be very, very clear and not rushed. I feel like, you know, whatever this person wants, you know, or whatever has been decided, if they're breaking up, moving on, change, whatever, you know, take the time, step back and process everything. All right. So I feel like, you know, it's about you progressing in a thoughtful way, a meaningful way for yourself versus like doing something in a thoughtful, meaningful way for somebody else who is still feeling like they're still dealing with their own, you know, dark decisions or whatever it is that that they got going on. Okay, so powerful thought and action versus haste is super important here. All right, sometimes like in love, you know, the growth comes from like slowing down. All right, so ensure that your actions here basically are aligned with what makes you happy. It aligns with your soul path. It aligns with your vision for yourself looking forward. All right, so we can only do so much to please other people, and catch yourself this time, okay? And just, okay, just so draw that line. All right, well, hey, this is what I have for you, Cancer. I really do hope you enjoyed this reading. Love you all so much. Thank you. If you're still with me, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let me know in the comments how y'all doing. Comments are always open and welcome. Of course, just keep in mind all these readings are very general. I don't do personal readings, but sometimes I do almost personal readings, but I don't do anything for money or pay or anything like that. I just enjoy putting out these messages, and I hope to do more of them. So I'll see you very soon. All right, bye.